We're not that far from Broadway. You couldn't write it any better. I've been here in this ballpark. I saw Mickey Mantle hit his 500th home run as a Yankee in the Yankee Stadium. You know, I had a chance to pitch here many times. Loved to pitch in New York, and the intensity here, guys, was so great. And why not? They saw one of the great player of the modern era perform and play for the last time. And you start looking at the things that he did. 2,744 straight games at only one position. So, the 5 World Series, the fact that he's going to the Hall of Fame, all the things, 6th on the hit list, you could just name it. And for him to get a clutch hit, he started the game. The Orioles get a couple of solo home runs. Gardner gets on. He almost hits a home run, to lead it off here tonight. So a lot of drama here in the Bronx. It's a game that, the Yankees love to win and the Orioles didn't need to. And I just thought it speaks volumes of how other players respect Derek. They stayed out there. Again, you don't like to lose, but if you're going to get beat, could you think of a better player to do it than Derek Jeter?
Jimmy, you look at the Orioles and the way they've been coming from behind all season long and things that they've done. They used to look at the Bronx Bombers, but you got to look at the Baltimore Bombers right now. These guys, nothing seems to bother them. They come back again in that top of the 9th inning and score 3 runs on home runs. They've just been amazing all season.
Well, they have. I mean, this is 3 straight years with 200 or more home runs. Second year they've led the major leagues in home runs by a wide margin. That's what they do. I think the only thing that concerns you, Gausman pitched well. He didn't really struggle through 35 pitches first inning, but the defense was horrendous. Again, you had a pass ball, you had 3 errors. That's the only thing that concerns me. I love the Orioles. We get a chance to see them all the time. They got tremendous heart. They have a lot of guys playing real well. Pitching's been good. Bullpen's outstanding. But normally, you're looking at one of the best defenses in baseball. A little hard to say that now because of the injuries. They missed Machado. They miss Wieters only because of the fact he's a veteran and he can hit right-handed and left-handed. But at the end of the day, they miss Chris Davis because he's such an impactful player. So, again, they can beat you a lot of ways, but they've never beaten themselves. And over the last week or so, I think, and Buck's going to have to make some tough decisions. Who are the guys that are going to not only maybe help you offensively, but I think they got other guys. You'll probably go with your best defensive team as we get into the playoffs.
Jim, Kevin Gausman comes out of the game. That blister resurfaced just as it did in his last start. Now, everybody's expecting him to move to the bullpen in the playoffs, but you're a former pitcher. Is this a problem looking forward that in back-to-back starts the same thing happened?
Well, he threw 97 pitches, Jim, so you can't really protect it and still throw. I mean, could a Band-Aid on it. You can't use that Band-Aid once the game starts. But we saw again, he gave up 2 runs. I mean, yeah, he didn't pitch maybe as deep because 35 pitches. He didn't give in, didn't give up the home run ball tonight. A little unlucky in the first inning. But at the end of the day, he gave him a chance to win. They tied the game up, and I think he's made tremendous strides for somebody that his first year. You can see right here. Maybe not as many fastballs, maybe more splitters, but the Yankees, big strike zone tonight. I thought he took advantage of that. You really like the idea that, this kid is going to become a star if he can stay healthy. And, they'll use him in the bullpen. You have a lot of options. And, again, we'll see how this progresses. Anybody gets hurt, 10, 12 days down the road, if you get that far towards the World Series, you're going to see a guy that could actually start in the postseason somewhere along the line.
All right, Jim Palmer joining us from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx as Jeter walks it off with a game-winning hit. And, of course, the Orioles, after 3 more games, are heading for October as Derek Jeter still saluting the crowd on the field at Yankee Stadium in New York.